Hello, this is Noreen from Joya Cards, and today we are making a card from the Well Done stamp set, and we're going to be doing some mirrored images here. We're going to mirror image the turtle inside and then the seahorse inside. And then we're also going to use the sentiment from Heartfelt for the inside as well. Now, the only thing you need to do for a mirrored image is grab your Stamparatus and your silicone craft sheet. So if you've got those together, then we can go ahead and start. And before we do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want me to die. Please don't let me die. Anyway, so subscribe. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of Coastal Cabanna, you know, the 5.5 by 4.25, the usual kind of stuff. And we're going to take also Pretty Peacock, because that's what's kind of in this card here. And this is just the 5.25 by 4, and go ahead and put that base on. And then from the Well Done Whale of a Time paper, which is beautiful paper, it has like a million different little card ideas on every little sheet here. It's so cool. Just grab the piece that looks like this. So this is actually easy. We're just going to do some mirrored stuff here. And then you want to cut this down to a 5 by 3.75. So I just cut off this side and along the top, and you get this. So now let's do our mirrored image. And like I said, you need your Stamparatus, and go ahead and face it towards you like this, so the door's on your left. And then take your sheet here. So this will keep it in the middle. I also have a little piece of this sticky grid sheet, which Stampin' Up now sells, so that's really good. And then you want to take your turtle. Mr. Turtle looks like this, and his head is actually going to go this way. And we're going to put him right here, and we're going to leave some room for the sentiment above him. So kind of get him about right there. And close her up. And take your old olive and very gently. Now, if we had one of those little Stampin' Bot things, those things are great for the Stamparatus because you don't get ink on the inside of your Stamparatus. So, and just stamp him good, just like that. And now we need to make the mirrored image. So we're going to take this off, and I'm going to grab my little chamois here, which I keep in the case, which keeps it nice and moist. So this thing will stay nice and moist for like 3 or maybe even 4 days, and it will look seasoned. And none of my stuff is Hollywood. I use everything. My hands are got ink on it. Yeah, I'm the real deal. So we're gonna take this off, and what we're gonna grab is our silicone craft sheet, which mine is also very nicely seasoned and inked. Lovely looking thing, but I did actually clean it off a bit. And you're going to stick that in the corner, and we're going to take our little turtle, and I'm going to just put him right here and close it up. And the reason why we're doing this, we're going to ink up the turtle. The reason why we're doing this is because you really want to get this inked, because any kind of mirroring, I could have done this with a block, but you really have to hit it a couple of times with the ink to really get it wet. So I'm going to put this to the side and quickly grab my sheet before this gets too dry. And I'm going to stick my head in the camera, so excuse me. Once you get it really close to the card, you're going to be able to see the other image on the other side. And I do have this one kind of going up. So I'm going to do him, her, whatever, and just push on them a little bit. Now, if you push on this too hard, it'll smear. So you don't want it to smear. You just want it to look nice. So I'm going to take it up, and let's see. Boop. There he is. Yay. So that's our mirrored image. And then, you know, while we got the Stamparatus out, might as well go ahead and use it. So go ahead and take your little chamois thing, wipe off your stamp, wipe off the thing that you've nabbed, which I always nab mine, so that's okay. And I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. And I'm going to just put this in the middle like there, and grab my sentiment from Heartfelt right here. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and move this because I don't want it to be in the corner. I'm going to put that right there. close this up, and we're going to use Pretty Peacock because that is a lot of that. I think that blue in there looks like Pretty Peacock. Ink that up real good. And if you want it a little darker, of course, that's why you got the Stamparatus, might as well. There you go. Next thing I'm going to do is take it off the Stamparatus, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the seahorse and use Bumblebee. I'm just going to stamp the little seahorse on here, get it nice and going, and I'm going to put Mr. Seahorse right there. And I am using the stamping pad. Please use the stamping pad. You'll get more connection with your stamp. And then I grab the little fishy. I'm gonna get a piece of paper here, and I'm using pumpkin pie for the fishies, and I'm gonna stamp some off the page like this, and then I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna grab some, and I'm gonna put these little fishy right there. Now that you've got that all stamped up, that's really the front of the card. All we're gonna do is put it on top of the Pretty Peacock. That's the front of the card. Now the inside of the card is very simple as well, and all we did is take a piece of Pretty Peacock and it's cut 5 1/4 by 4 and lay that down. Now we're going to do the mirrored image for this. So let's take our Stamparatus again. We're going to go ahead and put it in the corner, and then we're going to grab the sentiment, which is right here, and we're going to put it where we want it. I'm going to just stick it right here in the middle. Close it up, catch it on there, and we're going to grab our Pretty Peacock ink again. Close it up. Might as well do it again. It's a Stamparatus, right? And do it twice and close this up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our silicone craft sheet, mount up our little seahorsey again, and I'm going to use the pumpkin pie instead of the bumblebee on the inside. Just, you know, I don't know. And we're going to ink that up. Make sure your craft sheet is somewhat clean or, you know, clean. So, and then stamp this a few times, because we could have done this on a block, and it will work on a block. It's just not as dark. So let's take that and very quickly go over to our card. And I'm doing this one first because, and watch my head because it's going to be in the camera, because it's easier to do this one first and then line up than the other way around. So I'm going to take it and put it right there because we're close enough to the card. Put a little block on it, put a little weight on it, but not too much so you don't want it to, you know, smear. And then lift up and see, boop, there you go, ta-da! And then we're going to go ahead and grab our seahorse again on the Stamparatus. And, you know, just because, you know, if you got it out, you might as well use it. And then clean it off. So grab your little chamois there and clean it off really good. Make sure it's not wet. So rub it against your jeans or your leg or whatever. And then we're going to put that one right here. Get them where I want them. Then go ahead and close this up and ink this up and ink it up again. And ta-da! There you go. As part of the stamping process, I'm actually going to use a block, and I'm taking the heart from the same whale set, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the little hearts in the corner. I thought that was kind of cute. So that's pretty much the card. I'm just going to put it on the base here, and that's it. So basically we just learned how to mirror an image. And if you could please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's right there, clicky somewhere on here. And at the end you'll notice that I have other videos that are just popping up if you want to look at one of my other videos. And I've got a few on this whale set and a few on the bird one that's new. And my paper pumpkin alternatives are there. So anyway, there's the card. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I've got a joyofcards.com website. You can see all my videos there as well, if you can subscribe to that as well. And here's my website for my orders, and there's the June host code. So that's it. Thanks. Bye.